Welcome to English Practice Every Day. In today's idiom practice video, we will learn these 5 idioms and practice them with simple sentences. After practicing, we'll read aloud a short story that incorporates all the idioms, helping us understand them in context. Let's start. Please speak out loud with me as we practice. 1. Put on ice. Put on ice means to delay or postpone something. Put on ice means to delay or postpone something. Let's put this idea on ice and revisit it later. Let's put this idea on ice and revisit it later. The vacation was put on ice due to budget cuts. The vacation was put on ice due to budget cuts. Plans for the new product launch were put on ice. Plans for the new product launch were put on ice. We had to put the project on ice until next month. We had to put the project on ice until next month. 2. Lend an ear. Lend an ear means to listen to someone, especially in a caring way. Lend an ear means to listen to someone, especially in a caring way. Thanks for lending an ear when I needed to vent. Thanks for lending an ear when I needed to vent. Ivy lent an ear to her friend going through a breakup. Ivy lent an ear to her friend going through a breakup. Sometimes people just need someone to lend an ear. Sometimes people just need someone to lend an ear. Eve always lends an ear when someone needs support. Eve always lends an ear when someone needs support. 3. Mince matters. Mince matters means to avoid being direct or honest. Mince matters means to avoid being direct or honest. Don't mince matters, just tell me the truth. Don't mince matters, just tell me the truth. The coach didn't mince matters after the loss. The coach didn't mince matters after the loss. Mia doesn't mince matters when giving feedback. Mia doesn't mince matters when giving feedback. There's no time to mince matters. We need action. There's no time to mince matters. We need action. 4. Eat humble pie. Eat humble pie means to admit you were wrong and apologize. Eat humble pie means to admit you were wrong and apologize. After the argument, I had to eat humble pie. After the argument, I had to eat humble pie. The CEO ate humble pie after the failed launch. The CEO ate humble pie after the failed launch. Joe ate humble pie when his prediction was wrong. Joe ate humble pie when his prediction was wrong. She didn't want to, but Kim ate humble pie and apologized. She didn't want to, but Kim ate humble pie and apologized. 5. Punch the clock. Punch the clock means to go to work, especially in a routine or boring job. Punch the clock means to go to work, especially in a routine or boring job. I punch the clock at 9 every morning. I punch the clock at 9 every morning. She's been punching the clock at the same job for 10 years. She's been punching the clock at the same job for 10 years. Sam didn't want to just punch the clock. He wanted passion. Sam didn't want to just punch the clock. He wanted passion. Some people are happy just punching the clock and going home. Some people are happy just punching the clock and going home. Now let's put all of them into a short story. Story title: A Change at Carter and Company. At Carter and Company, the buzz of printers, the click of keyboards, and the sighs of tired employees fill the air. Every morning, the same crowd punched the clock, poured coffee, and got to work. For years, not much had changed. People showed up, did what was expected, and went home. No one was especially excited, but no one complained either. Ella, the team leader, had been at the company for 6 years. She liked her job well enough, but lately the routine had started to wear on her. Feels like we're all just punching the clock and floating through the day, she mumbled to herself as she checked her morning emails. One message caught her eye. It was from Mr. Kane, the department head. Subject line: Team meeting, urgent. That didn't sound good. At 11 a.m., the team gathered in the meeting room. Mr. Crane walked in with a serious look on his face. He didn't bother with small talk. Let me not mince matters, he began. Our numbers are down, and corporate is watching us closely. We're going to need some major improvements, and fast. Everyone shifted uncomfortably in their chairs. Ella glanced at Tim, who had missed the meeting last week. His report still wasn't done. Crane continued. Until we have that data from Tim, we'll have to put the new initiative on ice. We can't move forward without it. Ella raised her hand. He's been out sick. I'll help you finish it. Crane nodded. Good. And one more thing. I want new ideas, fresh ones, not the same old recycled strategies. After the meeting, the room emptied slowly. Ella stayed back, noticing that Maya, her assistant, seemed unusually quiet. You okay? Ella asked. Maya hesitated, then nodded. Just tired and nervous after that meeting. Ella leaned on the table. I'm here if you need to talk. I'll always lend an ear. Maya smiled. Thanks. It's just, I've been working late, trying to keep up, and it still feels like I'm messing up. You're doing fine, Ella reassured her. It's a tough time. That afternoon, Crane called Ella into his office. I may have come down a little too hard, he admitted. I didn't mean to panic everyone. Ella raised an eyebrow. That's one way to motivate people. Crane sighed. Yes, I guess I'll have to eat humble pie and clear the air tomorrow. Ella chuckled. Now that would surprise the team. The next morning, true to his word, Mr. Crane stood before the team and said, Look, I got a little intense yesterday. I know you're all working hard, and I appreciate that. So let's put the panic on ice and focus on progress. The atmosphere softened instantly. People began chatting more freely, and the usual tension eased up. Inspired by the shift in mood, Ella called for a team brainstorming session. No bad ideas, she said. Let's just talk it out. People who rarely spoke up started sharing. Even Maya contributed a few clever suggestions. Ella noticed and made sure to highlight Maya's input. Later that week, as they wrapped up the updated presentation, Ella told the group, Okay, team, let's tie up loose ends by EOD, fonts, formatting, and figures. It was a hectic afternoon, but they pulled together. Tim was back, and with his data, the postponed project was back on track. What had been put on ice was now heating up again. As they finally wrapped up the last details, Maya turned to Ella. Thanks for believing in me. I was really struggling. You were just walking on eggshells, like we all do sometimes, Ella replied. I'm glad you spoke up. I think I was so afraid to fail that I stopped trying, Maya said. But yesterday, when Crane apologized, that meant something. Ella nodded. Even bosses have to eat humble pie once in a while. The final presentation went well. Mr. Crane complimented the team's creativity and even cracked a rare smile. As the team packed up for the day, Tim joked, well, I guess it wasn't just another day punching the clock. Ella grinned. Nope, this was the day we actually changed something. End of story. That's all for this idiom practice session. I urge you to try using these idioms in your speech over the next few days to get used to them. Bye for now.